Good morning, everyone. Right. Just a few people who wish me good morning. It's pretty pathetic. We're meant to be educators, and that's the best you can do. Good morning, everybody. Wow. Yes, so you can do it. That's what you inflict on your students and your children, so I think you should be able to do it yourself. Welcome to the Southeast Asian Conference on Education, which is IAFOR's fourth Southeast Asian Conference on Education, having been for a period of time in Singapore with SMU, Singapore Management University, and that was somewhat interrupted by the coronavirus pandemic. I'm sure you're aware of that. If you're not, then I don't know where you've been. Probably with shorts and underpants in front of a computer. Teaching is where you've been. It's now 2024, and so that period has sort of flown by, or sometimes slowly, sometimes sort of not so slowly. But one of the things we find is that I'm now engaging with people, and I'm seeing faces, and they're vaguely familiar. And it's because I haven't seen them last year, but I've actually seen them about 4 or 5 years ago. And so this has been one of the great challenges for being engaged and involved with IAFOR, is that we're now meeting people again, we're going out into the world again, and we're also able to try and start up some of those and reconnect with some of the people that we've met before. IAFOR is an organization which is Japan-based, but we host conferences all around the world. So whether this is your first conference with IAFOR or whether it's you're an old hand, please do feel very, very welcome. And I'm going to take you through a few of the things that I need to take you through, general housekeeping, and then I'll speak to you a bit more about IAFOR, and then I'm going to invite you to speak yourselves to other people around you, which is quite a scary thing to do, I know, but I prefer to put that responsibility onto you and look at and witness it from the stage. So without further ado, I'm going to go through our International Academic Board. Now, the International Academic Board is sort of the governing side of IAFOR in terms of its program, and it's led by our Executive Vice President and Provost, Anne Boddington, who works both for IAFOR and is Pro-Vice Master, Vice President at Middlesex University. On that board also sit Jun Arima of Tokyo University, Barbara Lockie of Virginia Tech, Donald Hall of Binghamton University, Jim McNally of the University of Michigan, Haruka Sato of Osaka University, Japan, Grant Black of Chuo University, Japan, Dexter De Silva of Keisen University, Japan, Gary Swanson of the University of Northern Colorado, Baden Offord of Curtin University, and Frank Ravitch of Michigan State University. So I'd like to acknowledge them for their role in overseeing the entire program throughout the year, and there are a number of conferences that we have. For this particular conference, I'd like to thank the program committee, Lynette Goh of SMU, Singapore Management University, Pisith Nasi of Chiang Mai University, Nongguao Nawarat of Chiang Mai University, Farish Noor of Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. In fact, I think he's moved. He's now at the University of Malaya. Haruka Sato of Osaka University, Justin Sanders of the Minerva Project, Anason Anu of Thammasat University, and Melanie Tolentino of the Central Luzon State University in the Philippines. So I'd like to acknowledge them and their work. Now, IAFOR is an organization which tries as much as possible to support younger scholars, and to that end, we have a scholarship program, and we'd like to acknowledge the following younger scholars who have won scholarships to be here or to present. They are Mira Gungea of the Open University of Mauritius in Mauritius, Shahid Karim of the Education University of Hong Kong, Hong Kong, Josephine Ohiemi of the Eastern Mediterranean University in Cyprus, Van Wee Thi Tan of Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University in Japan, and Emerson Yang of the Centro Escolar University in the Philippines. Can we please acknowledge them? IAFOR's watchwords, and you can see them here, are international, intercultural, and interdisciplinary. So when you're engaging at an IAFOR conference, I'd like, if you can, to have those 3 words very much in your mind constantly. I want you to think of the international, the intercultural, and the interdisciplinary. And the reason why I want you to have that very much in your minds is because this is an incredibly international group of people. We have more than 200 delegates from 38 countries, and total on site, we have around 166. So you will see that we have people from quite a number of different countries around the world. What I like to do is I like to go through those countries just so that you're able to, first of all, clock them, and also so you're able to think, oh, maybe I need someone from that country, or maybe I wish to meet someone from that country. I'm going to go through them. If you're here, can you raise your hand? Okay, and I'm going to go through them on what I call 1 point. 1 point a person. 1 person equals 1 point. So you can gamify everything and anything. And already we've turned this into a competition that you're going to be interested in. Now let's start. Turkey. Switzerland. Serbia. Mongolia. Mauritius. Malaysia. France. Estonia. Denmark. Denmark's particularly popular. I like Denmark. My name is Haldane, which actually means half Danish. I didn't check, but apparently if I send my DNA off, maybe it'll come back with some surprises. Czech, no, where we went, Denmark one, Czech Republic. Azerbaijan. Australia. Okay, they're on one point. So they have a grave, heavy responsibility, and that is to represent their country. They're the only person representing that country. Now we have on 2, the United Kingdom. Yes, someone there. I like how we applauded the United Kingdom. I'm from the United Kingdom, so... Portugal, Poland, Oman, Norway, Macau, Lithuania, Kuwait, Egypt, and Canada. Okay, so they're all on 2 points, and that means we have 2 people there. So, even if you don't like one person so much, you might like the other person slightly more. So you've got a balanced possibility there. The responsibility is slightly less. And now we're going to 3, Saudi Arabia and Croatia. Where are you from? Croatia. Excellent. On 4 points is India. Yes, very good. Welcome. Excellent. I'm glad you're here. On the 5, we have Vietnam. Yes, hello. The United Arab Emirates. There we go. Say hello. And Singapore. There's 5 from Singapore. Okay. Hiding. Taiwan, 6. Hong Kong. Hello, hello. China. Yes, hello. South Africa, 7. Hello, hello. South Korea, 11. There's the contingent all over there. Indonesia, 13. Thailand, 17. That should be a good representation because we are in your home country. So if you have any questions about what to do in Thailand, about where to go, do not ask me. Ask the Thai people. United States, 19. USA, very good. You're in third place, by the way, United States. Philippines, 30. Very good. And the winner is Japan with 39. Very good. I don't quite see 39. I did, however, see a Japanese person downstairs with a golf bag. So I will later go and report him or find out what he's doing. Okay, so you can see what I've done there is I've essentially just asked you to identify where you're from, and you'll see that we have 3 aisles here, and people are sitting in pockets. And they're sitting in pockets around there. Of course, it's natural that you're with your friends, and that my hope is that by the end of the conference, and your job is by the end of the conference, to have met somebody from a different nation, a different culture, and a different discipline. Now, the international and the intercultural side of things, I'm assuming because you're in this setting, you're probably pretty good at the international and the intercultural. The interdisciplinary, however, that's something with which I think we all struggle. Yeah. Because it's difficult to speak to somebody who doesn't necessarily have the same vocabulary as you, let alone speak the same language. And one of the things that I think we are good at within the field of education is, in actual fact, crossing that divide, because we care about something called pedagogy. We care about how something is transferred, and we take a responsibility for it. Sometimes in academia, I think we see people who are, how would I put this diplomatically, not terribly talented communicators. And they might have great ideas, but they're not communicating that particularly well. Education is a wonderful discipline or interdiscipline because it takes very, very important ideas and it presents them in ways that other people understand. Now, here's the second thing that I want you to consider. Who is not a native English speaker? And I use this term advisedly because some people don't like the term native English speaker. They can bring that up in the language learning conference. Who speaks English as a second language? Can I? Okay. So that's the majority of you. Now, I also speak other languages with a greater degree or lesser degree of fluency. And I know how difficult it is to present ideas in a language other than your own. In fact, I know how difficult it is to present your ideas in your own language. So during these presentations, please be advised that people are presenting in a language that isn't their own. And do not be afraid to ask for clarification, but please keep it in mind that we're asking for a bit of understanding in that way. Okay, as you can see, IAFOR has this different representation from this map. This is a map that you'll find in your program as well, and you can see where the representation is. It makes a lot more sense, perhaps, that we have a greater degree of representation here than perhaps in other places. But we do have conferences all around the world, and I'd like to just do a quick sort of advertising for that we are in Barcelona, Honolulu, Incheon, Kyoto, London, Paris, and Tokyo over the next few months. So if you enjoy this conference and if you enjoy being part of the IAFOR community, then please do come to others. So keep in your mind the international, keep in your mind the intercultural, and keep in your mind the interdisciplinary. So you're speaking to people from outside your disciplines. That doesn't mean that you have to treat them as complete fools. They are not fools. They just come from a different disciplinary background to your own. And so make that bridge. And I am absolutely sure that in making that bridge, you will be able to create a lot of opportunities and a lot of very, very interesting research paths. Okay, I said I would turn it back to you, but before I do, I'd like to present you with 2 cards. Do you know what these are? I'm in Thailand, so this is not political affiliation. That's an IR political joke. It's not particularly funny. What are these? What? Timekeeping things. They're timekeeping cards. They're soccer, yes, or football, as it should be said. Football, this is a yellow card, and yellow card is a warning, and it's 5 minutes. And this is a red card, and it means stop. Please be minded that during the sessions, there are a number of people who will be presenting, and we need to make sure that they present pretty much and keep to time. So it's a policy of us to keep to time and to divide the time equitably and fairly. And so when you see this, be quiet. Finish. Or we will have you taken away by the IAFOR police. Right. I said I was going to turn it to you. So what I want you to do is I want you to spend the next 5 minutes introducing yourself, who you are, where you're from, and if you're presenting, what you will be presenting on, like a big idea thing, and tell people when you're going to be presenting. Now, what you have to do, and I know this is difficult, and I know this is horrible, but you have to speak to somebody from another country. You are forbidden to do this with somebody from your own country, and this will force you to be sociable. And I know that whatever we're 10:20 in the morning, it's a bit difficult sometimes, but you've had your coffee, not terribly good coffee, but you've had your coffee, and I ask you now to be sociable and start the conviviality. So off you go. You have 5 minutes. Please stand up and please mingle.